and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a bit of my spin on the makeup do's and don'ts type of video. So I've seen a lot of these going around, but I feel like most of them are really unrealistic. Like I'm like, nobody actually does their makeup like that. Like they're just really just over the top. So I'm gonna try put my take on it and sort of do what I think is like the main issues that people are struggling with when it comes to making mistakes with their makeup. So yeah, I apologize in advance if I sound a bit nasally because I'm still a little bit sick. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking and let's get straight into the video. I'm going to start off with the base. So the first most important step, and a lot of people don't do this, and I'm like, why? It's not that hard, is moisturize, okay? So as usual, I'm going to do half of my face with the do's and half with the don'ts. So I'm going to scrape up a little bit of my Kiehl's moisturizer here. This one is like my favorite. And this is going to feel so weird moisturising half my face, but hey, I've just got to do it. Yeah, that feels so weird because like my face is really dry. I have really dry skin and like half of it's like still dry and half of it's moisturised. Yeah, don't like that feeling. But anyway, so we're going to go on to foundation now. The biggest thing with foundation is colour matching. So I know a lot of people don't know how to colour match properly, and it does take some practice before you get it right, but always remember to colour match to your neck. So whether you're fake tanned or not, I'm not at the moment, but my face is always more pale than my body, and that's just how it naturally is. Most people's faces are just naturally a lot fairer than the rest of their body. So always make sure you match your foundation to your neck. So on this side, I'm going to put my foundation that matches my neck. So this foundation is the Bourjois one, and I'm just going to put that on this side of my face. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I didn't include anything about priming because honestly, I don't think priming is like a do and like it's a crime if you don't prime. Like I only ever prime if I've got a night out and I know that my makeup just needs to look flawless and I need it to stay on. Most primers don't even do anything, to be honest. A lot of the time it's hard to find a good one, but like my favourite one's the lmaooo one, the satin based primer, and I always wear that one like for a night out and stuff like that because I just know I need my makeup to last through the whole night, and that one's like been proven and tested to work to make my makeup actually stay on, because I feel like a lot of them don't. So yeah, I really like that one. So, but I didn't include primer in this because there are a lot of days I don't prime. Like if I'm just, you know, chucking on a face of makeup just for the day or something, or just going to the movies or something like that, I wouldn't prime. So I honestly don't think that is a makeup mistake. A lot of people say it is, but I personally don't think it is at all. And of course, if you've got really large pores or something like that, you want to make sure you're using a pore filler primer. That might help you out, but yeah. So you can see that has matched my neck properly. And another big thing is make sure you are blending it down as well. Guys, I'm so sorry about my hair, which is just, it's freshly washed and it's just all over the place. So I'm just going to blend that all the way down my neck just so that we have no skank line. And for my don't side, I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal foundation, which is like really pale for me, but it's the same colour as my face. So you guys will see the difference of when I match the foundation to my neck versus when I match it to the colour of my face. Oh my god, I can't even take myself seriously right now. Holy shit. And another thing is finding a foundation that's got the right tone for you. Like this L'Oreal one that I'm using right now is quite pink toned, I'd say. So it looks so pink compared to my natural skin tone. On camera, I don't think it even looks that bad, but in real life, wow, it looks so pink because I've got quite a strong yellow undertone, as most Europeans do. And I'm not going to blend that down, I'm just going to leave it there. And it just, oh god, that looks really gross. But just try to avoid that because you can really, tell the difference. It's really quite shocking. And I feel like the light's sort of hitting my face, so it's making my face look quite orange on this side, but I promise you it is my exact match. So moving on after the foundation is concealer. So I'm going to conceal on my dew side. I'm just going to use the Rimmel Wake Me Up. This is one of my favourite concealers, and I'm just going to highlight underneath my eyes. And highlighting with a light concealer is always nice because it always brightens that area up and makes you look nice and wide awake. But you just don't want to overdo it and do it too light. Remember that. And I'm just going to blend that in and you'll be able to see the difference that it makes. I don't know if you can see, but it's just made me look nice and wide awake. And then of course we have to set that under eye area. On the don't side, I'm not going to set anything, and you will be able to see for yourself how creasy it's going to be under there at the end. So I'm just grabbing my translucent powder. This is the Laura Mercier, and I'm just going to set under my eyes. Alright, and then you want to go and always set your foundation. If you don't want to set your whole face, you don't have to. But I'm just going to grab my setting powder, and I'm just going to make sure that I set the places where I'll be applying other products. So I always just like to set my cheek area and just down along my jawline because I'm going to bronze and contour and all that stuff. And just on top of my temple area. So yeah, you don't have to always set your whole face, but always make sure you set it if you're going over it with other powder products. So on this side, I'm just going to leave it wet and you'll be able to see how the products apply to that. So now coming in with bronzer, on my dew side, I'm going to go in with this really nice neutral bronzer. This is Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This is one of my favorites and it just looks like that. And it's like quite cool tone. It's not very warm, but it's not completely cool toned like a contour shade. So I really like this one. It's just a beautiful tone, and what I'm going to do is just really softly just dip my brush into that and bronze. And I think it's really important to have the right brush size for bronzing as well. I personally don't like to go too big because I don't like it when it goes everywhere. So I like to keep my bronzer brushes quite small and really just dust that over the cheeks and a little bit on my temples and not too much. And I know it's so easy to really overdo it with the bronzer, so just use a light hand and less is more. I'm then going to move on to the don't side, and I'm going to use MAC Give Me Sun. This bronzer is very orange. Right now for my natural skin tone it's too orange, so I'll show you how that looks. So it's really important to make sure you get the right bronzer. Just because people use this bronzer doesn't mean it's going to suit everyone. This looks beautiful on my clients that have got really nice fake tans, but if you're pale, Okay, and I'm going to use a big bronzer brush for this, and you'll see how the combination of the fat brush, the orange bronzer and the unset cheeks, how it's going to look. So you can pretty much instantly see how it's just grabbing onto the foundation because it hasn't been set. So it's literally just grabbing onto it, and because the brush is so fat, it's also creating such a big area. And I've only dipped this brush in once, and it's literally just creating a whole mess, and you can't really do much. Like, I'm trying to blend it out, but it's, yeah, not really working. But anyway, I'm just gonna, you know, do my forehead as well, and you can pretty much see it's just completely bronzed, like giving me like a bronzer helmet. Yeah, I just look orange. Okay, so you can see the comparison of this side and that side. Yay. Okay, now moving on to contouring. You really want to stick to sort of the cooler, neutral, more shades. And again, use a really light hand and start off with a little bit and then build it up and just tap off the excess. And you really just want to focus your contour right at that hole over there. And a really important thing is don't bring it in too far, just keep it towards the back. And use a brush like this. These brushes are awesome. So you can see I've got quite a harsh contour, but it still looks natural. Now I'm going to go in on the don't side, and it's going to cling onto the wet foundation so bad, so I'm really not looking forward to this. And something you don't want to do is bring it in towards your mouth, because I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see how muddy that looks, and I'm not even overdoing this. I'm using the exact same amount of product on this side, but on this side it's just gone so muddy because it's just clinging onto the wet foundation, and by just bringing it in towards my mouth, it has just, oh god, that actually looks disgusting. Like, I can't. Ew. Okay, so just, yeah, please don't do that, please don't do that. Okay, I'm going to move on to highlighter now. Pretty much, highlighter is meant to go on the highest points of your face. So I'm going to use a little bit of champagne pop here on a little fan brush. And on my do side, I'm just going to pop some on the highest points of my cheekbones. Because highlighter always looks really nice there. And then I always like to bring it in and join it underneath my brow bone and just join that all together and make that area nice and highlighted. And then I sometimes like to apply the tiniest little bit above my brow bone, on the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, and sometimes a little bit on my chin. Now, for the don't side, is a lot of people apply highlighter absolutely everywhere. So I'm using the exact same highlighter, the exact same amount, but I'm just going to bring it onto the cheeks more. So yeah, you can just really see that it emphasizes my pores. Like, my pores look absolutely huge. So you really don't want to put it anywhere near your cheek area, and you don't want to put it on this heavily. I feel like people always think more highlighter the better, but honestly, I just think it looks stupid. It looks absolutely retarded. So yeah, just be careful when you're applying highlighter. And I'm not going to go and highlight all over my face because, let's be realistic, people don't do that. Okay, now moving on to the brows. So I'm going to do my usual brows with my Brow Powder Duos by Anastasia. And I personally just like to keep my brows nice and quite natural. I just like to follow the shape that I've got and literally just fill in the little sparse areas and make them slightly darker. So I don't completely like change the shape of my brows or anything like that. I just make them more like defined, I guess. That's just what I'm doing now with my brow powder. With eyebrows, it's just about what you find suits you. If you like a pomade or a pencil or a powder, whatever you like to use, that's up to you. I personally like the powder the best. But for nights out, clubbing and that sort of stuff, I will use a pomade just because it lasts a lot longer. But I do make sure I use a really light hand. But yeah, otherwise I just like to stick to the powders because I like the more natural look. It just suits my brows the most, I guess, and my face. And yeah, I just think it's really important to keep the darkness towards the tail of the brow and then keep it nice and light towards the head of the brow. And then another really important step, I think, is to set them down, because I just feel like brows don't look finished unless they're set down, especially if you have long brow hairs. Like, mine will just fly away if I didn't set them down. So yeah, just set that down, and you can see I've literally just given myself a nice fuller brow. Now I'm going to use the Anastasia brow pencil. I personally really don't like this. I know it works for a lot of people, so if it works for you, that's great. But really, I'm just going to show you what I think is a makeup don't when it comes to eyebrows. So I personally think you should just keep your own shape and use really light, feathery brush strokes. But what I'm going to do here is what I see a lot of the time. And that is people completely manipulating their brow shape. Which that's totally fine if you like to do your brows like this. Or you like to change the shape of your brows, that's totally up to you. I just personally think it looks really unnatural. And I hate when I look at my face and it's just like, bam, brows. Like, no, no, no. I'm honestly trying to make this look good, but it's really hard. Okay, I think I just really overdid that. That is a really, really blocky brow. I think I just got carried away. That's what happens when I use pencils, I just get carried away. So, you know, we've all gone through the phase of having brows like this, I'm not gonna lie, so did I. Like I literally had brows like this at one stage. And when I look back at photos, I'm like, oh my god, what were they doing? Like my mum told me it looked ridiculous, but I was like, Mum, you just don't know the style right now. Big brows are in, okay? I was wrong, but you know, you live and you learn. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave that there. That's a bit over the top. But I'm just saying, how much better does a natural brow look instead of this? Like that just looks creepy. It just looks like brouch. Okay, anyway, moving on. I'm going to move on to the eyes. On the do side, I'm going to use an eye primer. I reckon eye primers are crucial if you want to get the best out of your eyeshadows, because honestly, it makes the world of a difference. So this is just going all over my lid, and that's just going to ensure that my shadows go on really nice. And then I'm going to set that down with a little bit more powder. That's really crucial to set that down with the powder so that your eyeshadows can blend really easily over the top. So now I'm going to go in with my eyeshadows. I'm going to use the BH Kalla Bible palette. Okay, what's this number keep calling me? Here's... Oh, I should probably answer, shouldn't I? Hello? Hello?
Hi, this is Erica for Nelly.
Yeah, speaking. So anyway, that phone call went for a while and now I can't even remember what I was up to. I think I was up to eyes, wasn't I? Okay. I'm going to go in with the BH Kalla Bible palette today. And on the do side, I'm just going to do like, you know, nothing extraordinary. I'm just going to grab like this light sort of transition shade in the middle here. And I think the main thing with eyeshadow is about finding your crease. You can always make your crease higher if you like. If you guys would like to see like how to make like hooded eyes look not hooded, let me know, because I've got a few tricks up my sleeve that I use. But really I'm just putting this transition shade through my crease and just blending. Blending is key. And then I'm going to grab just a flat brush and I'm going to go in with maybe this light shade here that I just put my nail in. Ugh, I hate nails, I can't wait to get them off. I don't know why I keep getting them refilled, but I just really love rose gold nails. Anyway, not relevant right now, but I'm just gonna pack that on, mix it up with a bit of the champagne colour. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep this really natural. If you guys would like to see a whole like do's and don'ts of just eyeshadow, I would be happy to do that, let me know. Because this one really isn't in too much detail, but just sort of showing you guys how I like to go with the matte colour in the crease. Something light that's quite similar to my skin tone, but maybe a little bit deeper. Then I like to go with the shimmer on the lid because that's just the most flattering. And then I'll just grab that transition shade again and run that on the bottom. And then just want to grab that blending brush and blend it all out again. So that's that eye done. Now for the don'ts. Hideous side that I Didn't even try to make it look this bad. Look, maybe that's why everyone's looks so over the top, because it's just hard to not do it over the top when you're doing everything wrong. So I'm gonna go in with a dark shade, and this is where people go wrong. They go in with dark shades first, and this is why you don't go in with dark shades first. And on lids that have not been primed or set, no matter how much you try to blend this shit, it's just not gonna blend. I'm actually trying to make it work, or like trying to make it look decent. But anyway, another thing that people do that really bothers me because it looks really unflattering is they go in with shimmers in the crease. So I'm going to go in with like these two bronzy sort of gold tones, and I'm going to put them in my crease, and you'll see what I mean. Like, it just looks really, really unflattering. Like, those shades should be on the lid, not in the crease. Oh my god, this fallout though. That's shocking. Just makes your eye look so one-dimensional. And I don't know, like, just look at that difference. Like, God, stop it, stop. Can't deal with this. And that fallout. It's just, it's bad. Okay. Bad. On the do side, I'm just going to line my waterline with a nice nude liner. I like doing this because it just opens up the eyes real nice. This is so hard to do with one hand. So yeah, you can just see how that makes my eyes look nice and wide open. And then I'm going to apply, should I do winged liner? So I'm going to apply a nice, I can never do this on camera. This is my bad eye, so this is going to be so hard. Oh my god, I already screwed it up. Alright, this is the eye that's meant to look good, and it's freaking looking horrible because this is my bad eye. Why did I have to choose this side to be my good side? Oh my god. You're joking me, right? I can't do this. I swear to god, my eyeliner usually looks better than this. Oh my god. Can we just pretend that looks okay? Let's just pretend. And then once I bet this side's gonna look good because I can actually do eyeliner on this side. But anyway, my biggest tip for eyeliner is don't go out too far. Honestly, this wing looks so much better already. What is going on? I think it's just the eyeliner, like I think it's just dried out. I think I need to get a new one. This is like my favourite. Yeah, it's definitely drying out, that's why I can't do it. That is what you call an intense wing, but the one on this side is like not winning at life either, so fuck, this is a fail. This is a fail and a half. Really just not my day, guys. It's not my day. Right, I just tried fixing that up a little bit. It's not really much I can do. Anyway, just gonna apply a bit of mascara. Another thing with the eyeshadow on the don't side is when people put like a dark shadow on their lower lash line and they don't blend it out properly. And it looks something like this. Like, that's such a cute look, like a really like editorial, you know what I'm saying? I can't get over how bad this wing is. Everyone just ignore the wing, please just ignore the wing. Another thing that I'm going to do on my do side is I'm going to put mascara on my bottom lashes. That's also another thing that I feel like a lot of people miss, is doing their bottom lashes with mascara. Like, it makes the biggest difference. You should never skip that step, in my opinion. I'm going to move on to false lashes now. So ideally, depending on your eyes, you sort of want to match them up to the type of lashes that you use. I'm going to use these nice fluffy ones. They're just nice and fluffy. They're like, you know, they're not too much and you'll still be able to see what's going on behind them. I know, because a lot of the time if you wear really like thick eyelashes and you do have hooded eyes like mine, it can just be a bit too much and you can't actually see what's happening behind the eyelashes. So like, what's the point of even wearing eyeshadow, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm so nasally. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply these. But yeah, you can just see how beautiful and natural those look, and you can still, when I look up, you can still see everything else that is happening behind them. And then on the other side, I'm going to be applying these thicker ones. I've never actually worn these ones before just because I know they're going to be too much for my eyes, but so you can pretty much just see that these are really thick and you can't really see what's behind them. They are really cool lashes. I actually quite like them. I feel like they work for a dramatic look, but you know, oh, I didn't put enough glue and it's not sticking. Anyway, what else have I missed? Lips. So we're going to go on to the lips. So I'm just going to do a nude lip today. I'm going to line them. So I've just lined half of it, and I'm just going to fill it in a little bit with Myth by MAC. And on the other side, I'm going to go in with just Myth without lining them. And you can see on my skin tone how silly that looks. Alright, and very last, we want to make sure we set down our faces with setting spray. I'm just going to set that half of my face down. This is a Skin Food one. It's so good. It smells so nice. When the eyelashes don't want to stick, it just knows it just doesn't belong in my eye. It just knows it's going to be there. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. I really hope nobody gets offended by this. I just wanted to show you guys a few simple things that you can do differently to sort of achieve like this sort of look over something like this. With makeup, you know, you can all experiment, and at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. We can all wash it off and start again. It's no big deal. I'm just trying to help you guys, and hopefully you learned a thing or two today. I'm not saying this is how everyone's makeup should look. That's just my interpretation of this. If your makeup looks like this and you like it that way, good on you. You can do what you want. And I'm not judging, I'm just, yeah, this is just what I personally think is flattering on me, and hopefully I can help some of you guys out there as well. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what video you would like to see next, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!